Grover Sleeps Over by Elizabeth Winthrop, illustrated by Maggie Swanson. Grover was packing his overnight bag. The next day he was going to Bedlou's house to sleep over. He had never spent the night away from home before. Grover packed in all the things he wanted to take to Bedlou's house: his red fire truck pajamas, his blue toothbrush, and his striped toothpaste, his furry blue stuffed monster, his goldfish in a bowl, and bigonona in a flower pot, his cereal bowl and box of Monster Berry Crunch, and his nightlight. There were too many things to fit into his suitcase. Mommy Grover called it. I think that I need a bigger suitcase. Oh dear, Grover, his mommy said, you cannot take all of this to Bedlou's house. But Mommy, who will feed my goldfish? Grover asked. I will, said his mommy. Who will water my Bigiona? Asked Grover. I will, said his mommy, and you won't need your cereal bowl and Monster Berry Crunch and nightlight at Bedlou's either. But what if Bedlou doesn't have any Monster Berry Crunch at her house? Asked Grover. She will have something else good for breakfast, said his mommy. What if Bedlou doesn't have a nightlight? Asked Grover. I'm sure that Bedlou has a light in her room that she will leave on for you, Mommy answered. Sometimes Ernie tells Bert scary ghost stories at bedtime, said Grover. Do you think Bedlou will tell me scary ghost stories? Not if you do not want her to, said Grover's mommy, and she kissed him good night. The next day, Grover's mommy walked in with him to Bedlou's house. When they got there, she kissed him goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow morning when you come home, she said. Hi, Grover, said Bedlou. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for you all day. Come in and I'll show you my room. Here is your bed, said Bedlou, and here are a towel and a washcloth for you. Thank you, Bedlou, said Grover, but he did not put down his suitcase. There's something I'd like to ask you, Grover, said Bedlou. It is all right with you if we leave a light on? I like to sleep with a little light on at night. Oh, that is just fine with me, said Grover. I think that I will unpack my suitcase now. Then Grover put his pajamas under his pillow and his little furry blue monster on top of it. Bedlou showed Grover where to put his toothbrush and toothpaste in the bathroom. After a nice dinner of spaghetti and meatballs and salad and milk, Bedlou showed Grover how to feed her turtle. Then they built a tall tower of blocks. Betelgeuse and Grover played until Betelgeuse's mother said, "Time to get ready for bed." When Grover and Betelgeuse had brushed their teeth and put on their pajamas, Betelgeuse's mother tucked Betelgeuse in and kissed her goodnight. She tucked Grover in and kissed him goodnight, too, just the way his own mommy always did. Then Betelgeuse's mother turned on a nightlight in the corner of the room. Grover, Betelgeuse whispered after her mother had left the room. "Are you still awake?" "Yes," said Grover. "Ernie tells Bert scary ghost stories before they go to sleep," she said. "Do you know any scary ghost stories?" "Well, not exactly," said Grover. "Do you know any scary ghost stories?" "No," said Betelgeuse. "Oh, that is all right. Then we do not have to tell them," said Grover. "Good night, Betelgeuse." "Good night, Grover." The next morning, Grover woke up because he felt something tickling his nose. When he opened his eyes, he didn't know where he was at first. Then he saw that hadn't awakened him. It was Paws, Betelgeuse's kitten. Grover looked around the room and remembered that he was at Betelgeuse's house. After Grover and Betelgeuse ate breakfast, they played school. They took turns being the teacher. Then they painted pictures until it was time for Grover to pack his suitcase again and go home. Grover's mommy was waiting for him when he got home. She gave him a big hug and a kiss. "Do you have a good time at Betelgeuse's house?" she asked. "Oh, yes, Mommy," said Grover. "Betelgeuse let me feed her turtle, and we built a whole neighborhood with her blocks, and we played school, and guess what?" "What, Grover?" "We had blueberry Q for breakfast, and I liked it almost much as Monster Berry Crunch. And guess what else?" said Grover. "Betelgeuse's mommy invited me to sleep over at their house again very soon, and I cannot wait to go." The end.